What went wrong here that morning during the production of the Substream's first fiction short, Dramatic Bomb Defusal? That question has sparked an investigation full of bitter recrimination and hateful accusations, but one theory is gaining traction. Could it be that it wasn't what someone did that doomed the production, but instead what someone didn't do? Here on Anatomy of a Production Disaster, we'll recreate the original production and investigate using the original notes, the original script, and some call sheets that we found.
Your handling type.
Okay, action. Oh crap, we're running out of time. I have to cut a wire. But which one? Here goes nothing. Okay, cut. Okay, camera, was that good for you? Okay, sound, how was that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, let's get some close-ups, cutaways of the Leatherman and me cutting the wire. Sound, you can take 5.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're just doing cutaways of the Leatherman and the wire. We don't need you on the set anymore, sound guy. Please take 5. That is where it all went to shit. So in the movie that you worked on, Dramatic Bomb Defusal, I couldn't help but notice that the sound seems completely retarded. Why?
Why? What do you mean, why? Why do you think? Look, man, I'm the sound editor, right? I don't leave this room except to go home, to McDonald's, or maybe to the occasional Dream Theater concert. I don't go on set. The sound recordist records the sound, he brings it to me, I put it in the machine, and then I make the audio for the movie. Do you understand what I'm saying? I work with what I'm given. I'm not a wizard yet. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Oh crap, we're running out of time. There's so much bomb in this case, it'll annihilate all of Kingdom Come back to the Stone Age. I have to cut a wire. But which one? Ah, criminy. Here goes nothing.
See? Complete garbage. No room tone. Big actor / director thinks he's so smart. He's like, oh, the sound guy can go home as soon as all the dialogue's recorded. Dumb guy never even heard of room tone.
But what is room tone exactly, and how could it have saved the movie? Anatomy of a Production Disaster researchers have discovered that room tone, also known as presence or atmosphere, is a recording made by a sound recorder of the sound of a silent location. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but it's not, and that's because every location, whether it's a room, a football field, or a studio, has a certain specific oral signature, even when it's ostensibly silent. That signature is determined by the location's dimensions and its nature, and the things inside of it, like lamps or actors. And that's why it's important that when your sound recorder records room tone, he or she does so while the lights are still on and the actors are still there. Actors, even when they're not saying anything, can still affect the sound of a studio. But what does room tone do?
When you're on set, you want to record about a minute of room tone, when everyone shuts up and stops moving. This way, the editor can put the room tone under all the cutaways to smooth out all the edits. Even if the thing on screen is supposed to be silent, like wire cutters or a shoe,
Okay.
or, dead body. All these things are actually silent on screen. They don't make any noise. But you can't just have the soundtrack be silent in those instances, as in video with no audio. The audience will perceive it as a failure in the sound system rather than, actual like, shh, the room in the movie is really quiet kind of silence. You think they can't tell? They can tell. Really, you want your sound editor to put room tone over the entire scene. That way, all of the elements, no matter what they are, sound like they're taking place in the same location, no matter what.
And so it too often goes in production. A small detail is omitted, something seemingly inconsequential is forgotten, and that later comes back to bite you on your ass meat and bone. How many films could have been saved if they had only recorded room tone? Approximately 1,000. Thank you for joining us. This has been Anatomy of a Production Disaster.